Hello everyone. Today we will gain some basic knowledge about the cyber law through some basic MCQs. So without wasting any time, let's start with it. The first question is, what is the most important activity in system hacking? Options are A. Information gathering, B. Tracking passwords, C. Escalating privileges, or D. Covering tracks. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is cracking password, is the most important activity in system hacking. Passwords are the key component to access a system, making cracking the password the most important part of the system hacking. The next question is, having individuals provide personal information to obtain a free offer provided through the internet is considered what type of social engineering? Options are A. Web-based engineering, B. Human-based engineering, C. User-based engineering, or D. Computer-based engineering. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, the computer-based engineering provides a personal information to obtain a free offer through the internet. It is done whether by using an email, fake website, or a pop-up to entice the user for obtaining information from the individual over the internet, which is a computer-based type of social engineering. The next question is, services running on a system are determined by dash, fill in the blanks. The options are A. System's IP address, B. The Active Directory, C. The system's network name, or D. The port assigned. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, services running on a system are determined by the port assigned. Hackers can identify services running on a system by open ports that are found. The next question is, sniffing is used to perform dash type of fingerprinting. Options are A. Passive stack, B. Active stack, C. Passive banner grabbing, or C. Scanned. The correct answer to this question is option A. That is, sniffing is used to perform passive stack fingerprinting. Passive stack fingerprinting uses sniffing technologies instead of scanning. The next question is, which type of following is not a factor in securing the environment against an attack on the security? Options are A. The education of the attacker, B. The system configuration, C. The network architecture, or D. The business strategy of the company. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, the business strategy of the company. All the answers are factors supporting the exploitation or prevention of an attack. The business strategy may provide the motivation for a potential attack, but by itself will not influence the outcome. The next question is, which of the following is not a type of cybercrime? Options are A. Data theft, B. Forgery, C. Damage to data and systems, or D. Installing antivirus for protection. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, installing antivirus for protection is not a type of cybercrime. Cybercrimes are one of the most threatening terms that is an evolving phase. It is said that major percentage of the World War III will be based on cyber attacks by cyber armies of different countries. The next question is, cyber laws are incorporated for punishing all criminals only. Is the statement true or false? A. true, B, false. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, the statement cyber laws are incorporated for punishing criminals only is a false statement. Cyber laws were incorporated in our law books not only to punish cyber criminals, but to reduce cyber crimes and tie the hands of the citizen from doing illicit digital acts that harm or damage others or other persons' digital property or identity. The next question is cybercrime can be categorized into dash types. Fill in the blanks. Options are A 4 types, B 3 types, C 2 types, or C D 6 types. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, cybercrime can be categorized into two types. Cybercrimes are of two types. These are peer to peer attack and computer as weapon. In peer to peer attack, attackers target the victim users, and in computer as a weapon attack technique, computers are used by the attackers for a mass attack such as illegal and banned photo leak, IPR violation, pornography, cyber terrorism, etc. The next question is which of the following is not a type of peer to peer cybercrime? Options are A. Phishing, B. Injecting Trojan to target victims, C. Meeting TM, and D. Credit card detail leak in deep web. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, credit card details leak in deep web is not a type of peer to peer cybercrime. Phishing, injecting Trojan, and worms to individuals come under peer to peer cybercrime, whereas leak of credit card data of a large number of people in deep web comes under computer as a weapon cybercrime. The next question is which of the following is not an example of a computer as weapon cyber crime? Options are A. Credit card fraudulent, B. Spying someone using keylogger, C. IPO violation, or D. Pornography. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is spying someone using keylogger is not an example of a computer as a weapon cybercrime. DDoS, which stands for Distribution Denial of Service, IPO violation, pornography, are mass attacks done using a computer. Spying someone using keylogger is an example to peer attack. The next question is which of the following is not done by cybercriminals? Options are A. Unauthorized account access, B. Mass attack using Trojans as botnets, C. Email spoofing and spamming, or D. Report vulnerability in any system. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, report vulnerability in any system is not done by cybercriminals. Cybercriminals are involved in activities like accessing online accounts in unauthorized manner, use Trojans to attack large systems, sending spoofed email. But cybercriminals do not report any bug found in any system, rather, they exploit the bug for their own profit. Next question is what is the name of the IT law that India is having in the Indian legislature and its legal system? Options are A. India's Technological Act 2000, B. India's Digital Information Technology Act 2000, C. India's Information Technology Act 2000, or D. The Technology Act 2008. The correct answer to this question is option C. That is India's Information Technology Act 2000 is the IT law that India is having in its Indian legislature and its legal system. The Indian legislature thought of adding a chapter that is dedicated to cyber law. This decision finally brought India's Information Technology Act 2000 into existence, which deals with the different cybercrimes and their associated laws. The next question is, in which year India's IT Act came into existence? The options are A 2000, B 2001, C 2002 or D 2003. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is in 2000 India's IT Act came into existence. On 17th October 2000, the Indian legislature thought of adding a chapter that is dedicated to cyber laws, for which India's IT Act 2000 came into existence. The next question is, what is the full form of ITA 2000? Options are A. Information Technology Tech Act 2000, B. Information Technology Act 2000, C. Information Technology Act 2000 or D. Information Technology Act 2000. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is Information Technology Act 2000 is the correct full form of ITA 2000. The IT Act 2000 came into existence on 17th October 2000, that is dedicated to cybercrimes and e-commerce in India. Next question is, what is the punishment in India for stealing computer documents, asset or any software source code from any organization, individual or from any other means? The options are A. 6 months of imprisonment and a fine of 50,000 rupees. B. 1 year of imprisonment and a fine of rupees 1 lakh rupees. C. 2 years of imprisonment and a fine of 2,50,000 rupees. Or D. 3 years of imprisonment and a fine of 5 lakh rupees. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is 3 years of imprisonment and a fine of rupees 5 lakh is the punishment for stealing computer documents, assets, or any software code from any organization, individual, or from any other means. The next question is, what is the update version of IT Act 2000? Options are A. IT Act 2007, B. Advanced IT Act 2007, C. IT Act 2008, or D. Advanced IT Act 2008. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is IT Act 2000 is the updated version of the Information Technology Act 2000. The next question is, in which year the Indian IT Act 2000 got updated? Options are A 2006, B 2008, C 2010 or D 2012. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is in the year 2008 the Indian IT Act 2000 got updated. In the year 2008, the IT Act got updated and came up with a much broader and precise law on different computer related crimes and cyber offenses. The next question is, what type of cybercrime, its laws and punishment does Section 66 of the Indian IT Act holds? Options are A. Tracking or illegally hacking into any system, B. Putting antivirus into the system, C. Stealing data, or D. Stealing hardware component. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is cracking or illegally hacking into any system. Comes under the purview of Section 66 of the Indian IT Act. Under Section 66 of the Indian IT Act 2000, which later came up with much broader and precise law, says that cracking or illegally hacking into any victim's computer is a crime. It covers a wide range of cyber crimes under this section of the IT Act. The next question is, the Information Technology Act 2000 bill was passed by K.R. Narayan. Is the following statement A. true, B. false? The correct answer to this question is false. The bill was passed and signed by Dr. K.R. Narayanan on 9th May in the year 2000. The bill got finalized by head officials along with the Minister of Information Technology, Dr. Pramod Mahajan. The last question is under which section of the Information Technology Act stealing any digital asset or information is written as a cybercrime? Options are A. Section 65, B. Section 65D, C. Section 67, or D. Section 70. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is under Section 65. Stealing any digital asset or information is considered a cybercrime. When a cybercriminal steals any computer document, asset, or software source code from any organization, individual, or any other firm, then the cybercrime falls under Section 65 of the Information Technology Act 2000.